And I want to commend you guys for taking on the challenge that has been presented to you guys. I want to say that first. Because a lot of times we're selected, we're given an opportunity, and we kind of shy away. Especially when it's something new and something different. We kind of, take a back seat and don't accept the challenge and don't step up. And so I want to first commend you guys for stepping up to this challenge for what you guys are getting ready to take on. As far as inclusion, and being able to be the examples that people need to see for the change that you want to see. And understanding what a leader really is, right? Understanding what that takes, understanding how that looks. Because leadership looks so different in so many different ways, in different aspects. And the one thing that I want you guys to first understand is that leadership is not for everybody. It's not for everyone. Everyone is not made and created to be a leader. The thing you want to understand about leadership is that it requires you to be able to influence and guide other people to follow you. Would you guys agree with that? Right, you got to be able to influence and guide other people to follow you. But here's the thing about that influencing and guiding, right? It has to start with you. It's got to start with you and what you exemplify. You have to be able to exemplify what you want other people to follow. Does that make sense? Because here's what happens, right? You're going to hear me say this kind of phrase together, great leader. Because you have a leader, and then you have a great leader. And great leaders, they're not great by their words. They're not great by the instructions and directions that they give. Guys, great leaders are great because of the action that they take. Simply by what they do. Simply by how they respond. Simply by how they manage and handle various situations. And I'll tell you guys, if we were to bring into this room different types of leaders, right? Leaders from different fields, different walks of life, and we were to sit them down with you guys and say, hey, what are the qualities of a great leader? Not just any leader, but what are the qualities of a great leader? And I'm pretty sure that we would get a lot of different responses, right? And the reason is because they come from different areas, they come from different fields, right? So they have a different lens that they view, right? They have a different perspective. And so their answers would be different. And just from a couple of you guys, like what do you guys do? What qualities do you think a great leader should have? Patience. Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think about it. That's a real good one.
Be able to give students confidence.
Giving confidence. All right.
Respect.
Respect. I love it. What you got?
Like wanting to help other people.
Wanting to help other people. Oh, you got to have a desire, right?
Maturity.
Maturity. I like it.
Confidence in your own and the others' abilities.
Say that one more time, sweetie.
Confidence in yours and the others' abilities.
Yes. I love it. Y'all picked a good group. Yeah, man.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. I thought I saw a hand back there. Empathy. Ooh. Man, y'all ready to take their job, huh? Y'all ready to take their job, right? So here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to give you guys one quality today, okay? Just one. And this one quality, it kind of spans across great leadership for anywhere. And the thing about this quality, though, it's kind of forgotten. It's not a quality that we always associate with a great leader. And the reason is because a lot of times we associate it with who we just want to be as individuals. Right? This quality is normally associated with just what do I want to see within myself as an individual. But I'm telling you, with the journey that you all are about to take together, this quality is going to be vital. Vital meaning what? What does vital mean? When we talk about vital, what does it mean? It's necessary, right? It's almost needed for you to live, right? And for your leadership to live in this building here, this quality is going to be necessary, guys. And this quality is simply courage. It's real simple, right? This is not a word you haven't heard before, right? It's common, but normally it is forgotten when it comes to being a great leader. Here's what courage requires from us that we kind of fight back on with, right? Courage requires us to turn our senses off. We got to turn our senses off. And here's what I mean by that. as you guys take this journey, as soon as you guys walk out this door and you guys begin on this journey of the change that you guys want to see in this school, there are going to be moments, there are going to be times when you guys are simply afraid. Where fear is going to rear its ugly head, and courage is going to require you to ignore the fear and to face whatever or whoever that is, face them head on. That's what courage is going to require of you. There are going to be times along this journey together where doing the right thing, making the right choice is going to be the unpopular thing to do. And you know what courage is going to require you to do? It's going to require you to stand alone for just a moment. It's going to require you to stand away from the people that you think are your friends for a little bit. It's going to require you to be just within this small group, because you're going to have courage as a part of who you are. And I'll tell you guys something. Being a leader is so hard. It's so hard because it requires you to do the hard things that nobody else is willing to do. That's why I always say leadership is not for everybody, because it requires you to do things that are necessary. It's not always easy. And I'll tell you guys, I got a real quick story for you. While I was in college, I was a member of the football and track team at my school. And then, I decided I was going to join a fraternity. All right, I decided I was going to join a fraternity called Kappa Alpha Psi. All right, and I had a great time while I was in college, and even after college, being involved and being engaged and the things that we were doing. And after I finished my process of becoming a member of the fraternity, my frat brothers voted me as the president of our chapter. All right, they voted me as their leader, right? As soon as we got done, I really don't know why they did that, but they did, right? And everybody, there was some other people that were going to be voted on, but my line brothers felt that they would choose me. They saw something in me that they felt that would allow us to be successful at what it is we needed to do. And as I told you guys, leadership is hard. And most of the time, a leader's legacy is defined in the toughest and hardest moments. It's so easy to be a great leader when everything is going great. Everything is clicking the way it should, right? And then there comes a moment in your leadership where you got to do something that's hard. And I was presented with that moment, right? There was a moment in my time as the leader of our chapter where there was some change needed to be made. How about that? There was some change in the culture that should and needed to take place. And our chapter was kind of split down the middle. There were those on one side that were like, yes, we need this change. And then there were those on the other side that were like, no, this is tradition. This is how we do things. This is how we want to keep doing it. And we don't want to change. And that was the popular side. That's where the majority of everybody stood. And so good old Coach Lawrence had the choice to make. Do I allow courage to take control? Do I allow my emotions and my feelings for my friends, my frat brothers, to allow me to make a choice? And unfortunately, I made the wrong choice. I chose the popular side, right? Because I wasn't willing to stand by myself at that moment. I didn't have courage. And you know what? It cost us. It cost me. It created a division that could have been stopped had I had just a little bit of courage. Had I been willing to stand by myself for just a moment. And I'm going to tell you guys, if we look up the word courage, it's very simple. It's very, very simple. I have 3 kids. I have a daughter and 2 boys. Right? My daughter, she's a freshman at FAMU, Florida A&M University. And then I got 2 boys, and one of my sons is in middle school. And they'll tell you I'm very big on them understanding the English language, right? Because the English language is very powerful if you understand it, right? And I want you all to truly understand what courage means. Because it's so simple. Courage simply means to do something that I know is difficult or dangerous. That's what courage is, at the root of it. I'm going to do something that I know is difficult or dangerous. When you walk out of these doors, you guys are engaging in an opportunity that you know is going to be both difficult and that sometimes can be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous to your reputation. It's going to be dangerous to some of your relationships. Excuse me, sweetie. It's going to be dangerous to your feelings and your emotions and what you know to be natural as a middle school student and what you may want as a middle school student. It's going to be difficult. And here's what courage doesn't say, right? Courage never said that there won't be difficult times. Courage never said that there won't be any adversity. Courage never said things won't be dangerous. And get this, guys. Courage never said that you guys would be absent of fear. Never said that you won't have moments where you're afraid, where you're scared. But here's what courage helps us to understand. Courage is here to help you guys understand that when things do get difficult, when things do get a little dangerous, you know, when there is a little bit of adversity that's going to be presented to you, none of those things will have the ability to stop any of you. They won't have the ability to keep you from doing what it is you want to accomplish. And even in the face of fear, even if fear does rear its ugly head, it won't have the ability to back you down. It won't. It won't have that ability. Because you'll make courage a part of something, right? And here's what I want y'all to be able to do. I want you guys to be able to make courage a part of your DNA as leaders of this school. And we all know what DNA is, right? Right. DNA is that thing that's inside of you that nobody can remove. I don't care how hard they try. I don't care what they do. They can't remove your DNA. And today, before you guys walk out of this door, it is you guys' responsibility to make sure that courage is a part of your DNA individually and collectively as one unit. As one unit. Because I'm going to tell you guys, courage is going to really require you guys, it's going to require you guys to take a stand. To take a stand even when you do not feel like it. Even when you don't feel like it. It's going to require you to step up. Even when it might cost you some of your friends. It might cost you some of your relationships. But here's what your responsibility is. You guys as a group, like you guys are going to have to be intentional on this. There are going to be moments you're going to have to wake up someday as an individual and remind yourself, I'm a leader at Northwestern Middle School because this is the mission. And sometimes as a group, you're going to have to encourage each other. This is our goal. This is what we're trying to do. This is the change that we are trying to provoke. You're going to have to remind yourselves of those things and in those difficult moments. Because remember, it's you guys' job as leaders, to influence and guide every one of your peers that's outside of this door. It's your job to influence and guide them. But here's the ticket that we got to always remember. We got to remember this part as a leader. You guys have got to exemplify it first. You're going to have to do what it is you want them to see. The only way they're going to follow you is if you're willing to do it first. If you're willing to be inclusive. If you're willing to make sure that everybody has a voice, that everybody counts, that everybody knows that they matter. Are you guys going to be willing to do that first? Because I'm going to tell you guys something, and you guys better catch this one. Y'all better hear this point. Because outside these doors, they are going to trust what you do before they trust anything that you say. Before you try to correct anybody, before you try to give any type of instruction, before you try to direct anybody, you better be sure that you're doing it first. You better be sure that you're the example. You better be sure that nobody can call you out on something that you want them to do that you are not first willing to do yourself. And I'm going to tell you, this journey is hard, but it's worth it, guys. I want you to understand that what you guys are about to take on, it is worth it. It is worth it. You have to remind yourself, it is worth it. It is difficult, but it's worth it. I'm tired, but it's worth it. It doesn't feel good, but it's worth it. It's not working the way I thought it would, but it is worth it. And here's what I want you guys personally to do. Like this is coming from Coach Lawrence personally now, right? Because see, I want you guys to be able to stand strong, both individually and collectively. When you guys most feel alone, because there are going to be moments along this, guys, y'all are going to feel alone. You're going to feel like we're the only ones that want this. Nobody else wants this. You're going to have to stand strong together. There are going to be times where you're going to go to your leadership. You're going to go to your principal. You're going to go to your counselors. You're going to go to your teachers, the teachers that chose you, and say, it's not working. I mean, we had a great plan. It's not working. Nobody's hearing us. But you're going to have to keep pushing. Courage is going to require you to keep pushing. There are going to be moments, guys. There are going to be moments where you're tired. You're simply just tired. Both mentally, or not both, but just mentally, emotionally, and physically. You're going to be tired. And courage is going to require you not to quit. It's going to require you. And why is that? Because it's going to be a part of your DNA. It's going to be a part of your life. And when things are a part of your DNA, you can't shake it. I don't care how bad you want to, you cannot shake it. You can change your hair color, but the root of your hair is in your DNA. You can change how it looks, but that's still your hair color. You can put color contacts in, but your eye color is still your eye color. And as leaders in this school, courage is going to be a part of your DNA. You're going to walk out of these doors with that being a part of who you are, not just as an individual, but as a leader for this mission. And I'm going to tell you what this school needs from me. Let me tell you what this school needs from me. This school needs y'all to be fearless. You understand me? They need you to be fearless. This school needs you to be unstoppable, guys. When y'all walk through the front doors of this building every day, you're going to have to come in with the heart of a lion every single day. Every single day, you're going to come in here with the heart of a lion, ready to take on whatever challenges coming your way as an individual and collectively as the leaders in this building for the change that is necessary. And most of all, guys, they're going to need y'all to be courageous. They're going to need you to be courageous. And the thing about a leader and being courageous, you can't pick and choose when you're going to do it. I can't pick and choose when I'm going to be dad. I don't have that opportunity. My kids need me to be dad every day. You don't get a break. I'm sorry to tell you and break it to you. You were chosen. You were given an opportunity. And now it is your job to take it on every single day. You don't get a break, and you better embrace it that way. Embrace it to the point where you accept this challenge that I'm going to be courageous every moment and every day that I get breath to walk into this building. And I'm going to tell you the special opportunity that you guys have. Because, man, I don't even understand. I don't think you guys understand how big this is. So let me tell you how big this is and how special it is and how much you need to grab a hold to this opportunity of change that you guys are about to create. Because, see, you guys are about to provoke change. You're going to provoke change in this building, right? Within yourselves, within your peers, right? Within this building. And here's what's going to happen. It's going to spill outside the building. It's going to spill outside the doors. And guess where it's going to find its way? It's going to find its way into your communities. It's going to find its way into your home. It's going to find its way into your peers' homes. It's going to find its way into your grocery store. It's going to find its way into your park and rec systems, into your teams. It's going to find its way everywhere that you are connected. And guess what just might happen? Guess what just might happen? It might spill over into this world. just because a small group of 25 middle school students decided to be courageous. They made a choice. See, great change always starts with a small group of people that decided to be courageous. Every great change, every great thing that happens in this world starts with one crazy person who has a crazy idea or a small group of people that decided, you know what, we're going to do it. We're crazy enough to do it. We're crazy enough to believe that we can make it happen. And I hope that you guys are both courageous enough, bold enough, and love and believe in yourselves enough to believe that we can walk out of these doors today and provoke change that can start in our building and spill over into this world. And I'm going to tell you about something that you guys are going to have to do, and I'm going to get out your way. It's going to be important that you guys stay together as leaders. There are going to be times where you're going to be mad at her, you're going to be mad at him, y'all are going to be frustrated with each other, but the number one thing that has to happen is y'all got to stay here. There's no real impact here. There's no impact with individuals. Great leadership always breaks down when individuals decide to be individuals instead of being a team in one unit. Your impact and your blow is going to be so much bigger and harder if you guys decide to stay here. No matter the cost, no matter how bad you're feeling, no matter if your idea isn't heard, no matter if your idea isn't chosen. Remember the goal, remember the mission. Remember, it's going to be necessary for you to be courageous. Guys, I want to tell y'all thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be here again. I hope, my hope and my desire is that what you heard today, that it not only provokes something in your heart, right, but it actually really provokes you to do something. That you become a doer of what you heard, not just a hearer of what you heard. But you decide to take action, guys, because what you guys are doing is not being done everywhere. And you guys could be the launch pad for so many other schools, for so many other organizations. You guys can be that. And I'm going to end here with, at the end of my videos, if you ever watch any of my videos or ever see me speak, I always end the same way because I want young people to understand this. My company, my speaking company is called My Brand. And it is all about you understanding that individually you guys are a brand. That everything that you guys are doing or saying, how you carry yourself, it is a representation of who you are. And so I always say that excellence is a habit, and so it is important that you rep your brand right. Guys, thank you so much. I look forward to hearing your progress. I want to get the report. I want to get the report about the change that's being made and the excellence that you guys are provoking here in this school. And I will tell you, if you don't mind, Principal Count, I just want to tell you guys you can follow me on social media. If you ever have any questions, I am on social media, on Facebook. I know y'all are on Facebook, but on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Connect to My Brand. All right? And the connecting to is kind of one word, the T at the end of connect and the O on the two. All right? So it's just Connect to My Brand. And that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. All right? Thank you guys so much.